Hi guys, MB Darkman here. Over the past few months, we've seen a lot of lost songs get found in a lot of different ways, but never has the strategy of ask a friend if they've heard it actually worked. That was until today. One of the most infamous lost wave songs, La Canción De Alicia, has just been found, and the story of how this song got found is honestly bizarre. So please join me as we cover, from start to finish, the story of the search for La Canción De Alicia. Picking a starting point on where to begin with this song is difficult, as we'll be kind of jumping around in time, but let's start with the place where most people got introduced to the song. On July 6, 2021, YouTube user Bluxid would upload this 1 minute and 4-second video to YouTube. The video features a segment of a mesmerizing song sung in broken English, coupled with psychedelic edits of the film Alice in Wonderland. The video currently sits at over 400,000 views, and it's safe to say this video is what catalyzed the search. Bluxid would claim he found the video on a Facebook group called Los Media Perdidos Posting, a Spanish-speaking Los Media page. Searching that page, we find the original post by a user named Daniel Gutierrez, and a higher quality copy of the video, which I'll share with you now. Now, what's interesting about this clip is that it appears to be a screen recording of another Facebook post by a user who goes by the name of Jitomate Triste. In certain Mexican dialects, this translates to sad tomato. However, that post would never be found, nor could the user Jitomate Triste, and to make matters worse, the post lacked any kind of date as well. It was speculated by many that this post may have been deleted or the user banned, but these rumours were never confirmed. It was also possible that the post was made in a private group and therefore did not show up in public searches. As if that wasn't bad enough, Daniel Gutierrez claimed he wasn't the one who screen recorded the post and claimed a friend gave it to him, but he didn't elaborate further. So, all efforts to find the origins of this video led absolutely nowhere. Regardless, the interest in this song only grew. And as happens in all lost wave searches, users began looking through tons and tons of music that sounded similar. Eventually, the community thought they had their lead, a band from Chile named Gin and Tonic. Live recordings of this band sounded similar enough to the song that people got to work tracking down their EP. Eventually, it was found, but the song was nowhere to be found on it. But this is where the search takes a weird turn. Still convinced that Gin and Tonic maybe had something to do with the song, the band's singer, Ricardo Mendez, was contacted. In his response, he denied his band had anything to do with the song, but said that, since a lot of people had started to contact him, he might record a 2.0 version to calm the impatience. And he did exactly that. On November 1st, 2021, Ricardo would upload a cover of La Canción De Alicia, entitled Under the Stars, on his YouTube account, Richard Vox. The cover is a faithful recreation that expands upon the minute-long snippet of the song. And safe to say, this cover was extremely popular. Right now, the cover sits on almost 900,000 views, over double the views of the original snippet. Now, while I readily admit this cover was an absolute banger, opinions on the song were mixed. While many loved it, some hated it. Others thought it wasn't faithful to the original song at all. But the song's biggest criticism was the impact it had on the search for the original song. Many people, not being familiar with the history, ran around claiming that the song had been found, and that it was by Richard Vox, which obviously wasn't true. Furthermore, others claim that Richard Vox was ambiguous about his involvement with the original song. But, in fairness to Ricardo here, he did pretty clearly state in his original message that, unfortunately, the song is not from Gin and Tonic. From the very start, he never claimed involvement, only that he wanted to cover the song. Now, after the absolute chaos that had ensued after the Richard Vox debacle, pretty much every lead had dried up. searchers for the song lost faith in trying to find the song by searching through music on YouTube. Instead, the search pivoted back to the original video and Facebook posts. Maybe, just maybe, if we could track down Hitamate Triste's original post, or Hitamate himself, we could get more information about where the song had come from. In the original video, we can see that the post by Hitamate Triste was screen recorded by another user. This screen recording was performed on an iPhone, as we can see at the end of the video. A searcher named Gaspako Zanis began picking apart the video and summarized his findings in a massive 144-page document released in May 2024. In the document, Gaspako Zanis concludes that, based on the iPhone running iOS 12 and certain elements of the Facebook UI, the screen recording was likely taken between September 2018 and July 2019. Since Hitamate's post was made 7 hours before the screen recording, it must have been made during that same time period. He also concluded that Daniel Gutierrez's post on the Los Media Perdidos posting Facebook group was the earliest known copy of the video. At the end of his document, Gaspako Zanis concludes with 10 questions that would assist in the search if they were answered. The problem was, though, almost all of these questions could only be answered by Daniel Gutierrez, who, as we mentioned earlier, wasn't exactly helping the search anymore. And even if he was responsive, there was no guarantee he'd be able to answer these questions in a meaningful way anyway. Again, the search was starting to run cold, but not for long. On the 16th of May, 2024, user JMike would make a post on Reddit. JMike lived in Peru and was talking to his friend, Gelen, about Lost Wave songs. He played her La Canción De Alicia, and to his surprise, Gelen immediately recognized the band. She said they were in fact a Peruvian band called Bad Influence. JMike found the band's Facebook page, which rather hilariously has since been hacked by a Latvian shipping pallet company. He scrolled down the timeline to 2018 and found a video of this live performance. The description of this video even finally gave La Canción de Alicia a name. The actual song was called Dreams Forever. Upon sharing his find on Reddit, the internet went crazy, as it always does with massive lost wave finds like this. However, the search was not quite over yet. Firstly, this was only a live recording, not the studio original. Did it still exist? And also, where did that video come from? Where did Hitamate Triste get the video? Thankfully, all these questions would be answered over the next 24 hours. As news of the song being found spread, the band members, all blown away with their newfound attention, began to reach out and share information. JMike shared that a band member told him the original Alice edit video was in fact made by the band's guitarist, Flavio Roman. Flavio then shared his side of the story. He made the edit to promote the band in a Facebook group called Indie 505. However, hours later, an admin deleted the post. Unbeknownst to Flavio, in the few hours the song was up, Hitamate must have downloaded a copy to make his post about the song. Talk about perfect timing. Speaking of Hitamate, a miracle would occur hours later. Based on information the band had provided, people began joining and looking through certain private Facebook groups, and not long after, they had finally found what they were looking for. There it was, sitting untouched since March 30, 2019, Hitamate's original post of the video. The rumours that this post or his account had been deleted were false. The post had been sitting hidden in a private Facebook group the whole time. Not only that, but Gaspako Zanis' original time frame of between September 2018 and July 2019 was completely correct. Now, Hitamate Triste no longer goes by that name, and in fact, the account seems to be in their real name now. So, for privacy reasons, I unfortunately cannot share much more about the post. And finally, the next day, the big reveal would come. J-Mike had edited his original post with a second update. He had the studio version on hand and he would upload it to his YouTube channel shortly. On the 17th of May, 2024, the full song would be uploaded.
Last night I could find something warm in the middle of the night stormy, between the life and death. You decide how many miles away touch me.
In the description of the video, J-Mike shared how he got the demo. His friend, Gelen, was originally given a copy by Flavio years ago. However, she actually lost it. Gelen remembered that she had sent the song to another friend. Upon contacting that friend, they sent the song back to Gelen, who sent it to J-Mike, who posted it on YouTube for the world to hear. And with that, it was now safe to say the search was over. The song had been identified, the full song had been posted, and Hitomate's post of the video, which seems to be the only copy of the original video remaining, was even found too. There's just so many coincidences in this whole story, from Hitamate downloading the song within the small time frame of the few hours it was possible, to J-Mike's friend miraculously recognizing the song, to Gelen almost losing the song, but then finding it again. In fact, there's so many coincidences that people have started to get a little suspicious. Did this really happen all by chance? As if there wasn't enough doubt already, Flavio, the guitarist who originally made and shared the edit, has been posting some, to be frank, unhinged rants lately, where he admitted to have originally posted the Alice video as someone pretending to look for the song in order to draw attention to the band. Most recently, he's rather ambiguously suggested that Hitomate was somehow involved with the band and implied that he created the Hitomate account himself. However, many of Flavio's comments are contradictory and have been rejected by large portions of the Lost Wave community. So, was La Canción De Alicia a hoax all along? Or a band promotion gone wrong that was fraught with coincidences? I'll let you be the judge. But regardless of how we ended up where we are, at least we have access to the full song now. And to many, that's all that really mattered all along. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like or a comment. If you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing for more Lost Wave and obscure media content. And if you really liked this video, please consider becoming a member, as it helps support me to make more videos like this. This has been NB Darkman. Thank you so much for watching.